from the Hunterdon Central Fieldhouse on the campus of Hunterdon Central Regional High School in Raritan Township, New Jersey. StatelinerSports.com proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight it's a matchup between two top 10 teams in the state as the Stateliners take on the Red Devils of Hunterdon Central Regional High School. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Stateliners come into the match with a record of 4-0 on the season, owning victories over Newton, Bound Brook, Cranford, and Delaware Valley. The Red Devils come in at 9-0, beating Bound Brook 60-14, North Hunterdon 42-24, Hillsborough 57-13, Middletown North 37-28, Bishop R 59-0, South Brunswick 47-17, Sayreville 40-21, Warren Hills 54-12, and on Saturday defeated Kittatinny 45-19. The JV match, completed just a few minutes ago, was won by Hunterdon Central 33-25. Practically a full lineups by both teams, and that's why this scheduled 6:30 start gets pushed up to 7 o'clock. Phillipsburg and Hunterdon Central Wrestling brought to you tonight by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Hunterdon Central finishing their warm-ups, so we'll get right to the starting lineups, which are going to begin. We will begin the match at 195 pounds tonight. It'll be the Stateliners at 195 have weighed in Shamir Brodders, a senior, 4-7, and junior Austin Roth, 5-3. And for the Red Devils, Lucas Bakarian, a sophomore, 11-3, and Reese Young, a senior, 6-4. And right now, everyone has been asked to stand as we'll have the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem at 2:20 for Phillipsburg, Cody Krutz, a sophomore, 4-6, against either Bakarian or Angelo Crespo, a senior, 5-2. Crespo could go for the Devils also at heavyweight, along with senior Ryan Joyce, who's 4-3, against Phillipsburg's Patrick Sharp, a senior, 10-5. 106, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, a freshman, 8-5, against freshman Brett Unger, 13-0. 113, Cohen Day of Phillipsburg, a sophomore, 10-4, against freshman Colton Washleski. He's 11-3. 120, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, a junior 12-4, against junior Jack Bauer, 10-2. 126, Luke Harden for the State Liners, a junior 1-3, against Anthony Romanello, a sophomore, 10-2. 132, either Brendan Fox of Phillipsburg, a junior 0-3, or junior Tom Abode, 0-1, against senior Hunter Graff, who is 13-1. At 138, Phillipsburg weighing in Kyle Tino, a junior 6-2, and junior Cody Harrison, 12-2, against Pasquale Vizzoni, a junior 4-0. Then at 145, either Tino or Harrison, against Vince Romanello, a junior 10-3. Vince Romanello and Anthony Romanello are brothers. 152, Jason Zinsmeister of the State Liners, a junior 9-4, against Norman Cella, a freshman 8-4. 160, Phillipsburg has weighed in Brian Myers, the senior 10-2, and senior Josh Ramos, 7-5, against Kevin Sarisa, a senior 11-3 for Hunterdon Central. 170 for the State Liners, either Meyer, Ramos, or Lance Wissing, a senior 16-2, against Dan Formato, a junior 12-2. And then at 182, you have either Wissing, Broaders, or Roth for the State Liners, against either Kyle Barrett, a junior 8-6, or senior Lucas Polkowski, who is 4-3. Our referees tonight will be Stuart Cohn and Joe Nipper. So a battle between a couple of top 10 teams tonight here at Hunterdon Central. The State Liners, according to NJ.com, come in ranked 6th on the season, and the Red Devils are in 9th place. The top 10, according to NJ.com, Bergen Catholic, Delbarton, Howell, Paulsboro, Pope John, Phillipsburg, Hanover Park, Seton Hall Prep, and Hunterdon Central. High Point is 10th. Then the Wrestling Writers Association has it Bergen Catholic, Delbarton, Howell, Paulsboro, Phillipsburg in the 5 spot, Pope John is 6, Hanover Park 7, Hunterdon Central 8, with Seton Hall Prep in 9th and Raritan in 10th. These are a couple of old-time rivals, Bob, and seating capacity here about 2,000. We have a pretty good crowd on hand to see a couple of old-time rivals go at it.
And not many seats to be had, and both teams coming in undefeated, so someone goes home with a blemish on their record, their first of the year.
Captains and head coaches, Dave Post of Phillipsburg and John Cantagallo-Ram, the son-in-law of the late Phillipsburg head football coach Phil Ram, the head coach of the Red Devils. Joe Nipper will be flipping the disc. It went still rolling around. It is won by Phillipsburg. So the State Liners win the flip, always important in a match that is supposed to be close. Joe Nipper going over to the scorer's table. I think what Phillipsburg wanted to control would be the matchup at 160. Lucas Bakarian is out for Hunterdon Central at 195. Shamir Brothers was coming over to us to report in.
Very kind.
Brothers is a senior, 4-7. And Bakarian is a sophomore, 11-3, and we're underway. Stuart Cohn will be the referee for this bout. State Liners in their garnet singlets with gray and white trim. And the Red Devils in their red and black shorts for Bakarian as Shamir Broder shoots in, and off the mat they go across the way in front of the Hunterdon Central cheerleaders.
Trying to suck in that single leg, but he ran out of space. Broder's coming off 3 losses in a row in matches, so looking for a win here.
Tied up outside the center. The red Hunterdon Central mat. Black around the outside of the mat. Carrying dives. Broaders tries to spin around behind. Broaders has a takedown, leads 2-0. Broaders reaches inside for the left wrist of Bakarian.
It's good counter mobility and spin there by Shamir Broaders.
Broaders weighs 179.2, giving up some weight to Bakarian, who stands. Bakarian is out. Bakarian weighs 195. Bakarian shoots in. Broaders sprawling at the edge of the mat, trying to spin around, pressure on the head, trying to pull that leg from behind, the hand from behind his left knee. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first, with a 2-1 lead for Broaders, and a stalemate is called.
The Broaders sprawled initially there, and then he started to bring that leg back in and gave Bakarian something to hold on to.
So Broaders giving up 16 pounds to Bakarian.
I'd say he's the stronger of the two, though, Mike.
Bakarian trying to tie up the arms of Broaders. Final 10 seconds here of the first period. Broaders trying to get in on a double as Bakarian sprawls, and he won't have time to finish that. Broaders up 2-1 after one. Shamir finishing 4th last year in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. 6 wins a year ago. Bakarian underneath to start the second.
Broaders deferred.
Bakarian stands, he's out. On the escape, we are tied at 2. Bakarian reached for a leg on Broaders, couldn't pull it in. Trying to work a Russian tie. Broaders circling at the edge, trying to pressure on the head of Bakarian. Bakarian controlling Broaders' left wrist and then gives him up at the elbow, then reaches for an ankle pick, can't get it. Broaders spinning around behind. Broaders, he's got to get a knee to the mat. He's behind Bakarian. Bakarian trying to get off in front of the central bench, and he does off the mat. Dave Post wanted fleeing the mat called, but didn't get the call from referee Stuart Cohn. So no fleeing the mat, and the bout stays tied at 2. Broaders has been able to use his quickness.
Yeah, and he's applying his weight on the sprawl, too. So Bakarian's shot 3 times with nothing to show for it, and I don't know that he's going to want to get underneath again.
Just under a minute to go in the second. Tries to snap down on the head, then dives in. Broaders sprawls. Broaders comes back up to his feet. Circles back in. He's trying to tie up now the left arm of Bakarian as they fight for hand control. They break apart. Off they go at 35 seconds to wrestle in the second. Just underway, Phillipsburg and Hunterdon Central from the Hunterdon Central Fieldhouse. Beginning at 195, second period. Phillipsburg's Shamir Broaders and Hunterdon Central's Lucas Bakarian are tied at 2. Broaders with a first period takedown. Bakarian getting an escape in the first and an escape starting from underneath in the second. "20 seconds to wrestle. Bakarian with half a shot. Broaders is in on looking for a double as Bakarian arches his back trying to sprawl.
And there's that weight difference.
Trying to pick off the left hand from behind the right thigh. Broaders trying to avoid being flattened out so Bakarian can't spin around behind him. And we are 2-2 after 2. Broaders choosing neutral on Coach Dave Post's instructions here in the third.
So Bakarian 5.5 shots and really didn't come close to taking Broaders down on any of them.
Broaders working for hand control. Bakarian wants to tie up that left elbow. Half a shot by Bakarian. Broaders spinning around behind, trying to drag his feet at the edge. They're off neutral at 1:34.
Shamir was close to losing his balance there, so that wasn't quite going to be so easy.
Becarian finishing first in the Caldwell tournament. Stuart Cone stopped it momentarily, finishing second in the Hunterdon Central Holiday Tournament. 21 career wins for Becarian. 120 to wrestle in the bout. Tied at 2. No stalling warnings. Ankle pick by Broaders. To the right leg behind the knee, looking for a cradle. Still no advantage. Hooks that leg. Whizzer by Becarian. Then a takedown for Broaders. Then a roll by Becarian, and he's got a reversal, has some back points, and a fall! In 5:08. For Lucas Becarian of Hunterdon Central. So the Red Devils go out in front 6-0 on the fall by Becarian, who was trailing at the time.
Bit of a surprise there.
It's going to be Angelo Crespo for Hunterdon Central at 220. He's a senior, 5-2. This will be Cody Krutz for Phillipsburg, the sophomore, 4-6.
Just a bit of a surprise there in that bout as Broaders was in on the takedown and looked like he might be able to turn, and then lost his balance.
And giving up that 16 pounds, I think, made a difference when he got on his back. Crespo's going to be the favorite here. Looking for a headlock, gives up on that. Has a takedown and leads Krutz 2-0. Tries to bar the right arm of Krutz. Loses the bar. Reaching inside, underhooking the left shoulder. Crespo keeping his weight high on the back of Krutz. Referee for this bout, Joe Nipper. That was stopped potentially dangerous. Back to the center here with 1:12 to go in the first, and Crespo on top, 2-0. Crespo weighs 220.2. Cody Krutz at 206.1, barring the left arm, trying to check him back to his right side. Has Krutz on his back. Looking in is Joe Nipper as Krutz tries to bridge. A lot of time, 50 seconds and the fall. In 1:10 for Angelo Crespo. So bonus points, which both coaches said were always going to be important. And Hunterdon Central with 6 of those to the good after the first 2 bouts. Getting falls from Lucas Becarian and Angelo Crespo. Now we have Patrick Sharp of the State Liners, a senior, 12-5, against Ryan Joyce, a senior, 4-3. I'm sorry, this is Angelo Crespo. I thought I heard the public address announcer say the previous wrestler was Crespo. May have been Reese Young. We'll get that checked. Sharp and Crespo. Stuart Cone is going to be the referee for this bout. Our apologies on identifying incorrectly the Hunterdon Central wrestler at 220. Crespo trying to tie up the right arm of Sharp. 40 seconds gone. Wrestlers just kind of both pushing in on each other. Now they break apart. Circle each other to the right. Try to snap down on the head of Crespo. Still no advantage here as a worked for control out in the center.
So the prior bout was won by Young in that fall.
Under 30 seconds here. Then they break apart. No advantage here in the first at 285. Crespo weighs 220. And Sharp weighs 282.5. So that's 60 pounds for Sharp. First period will be scoreless here at 285. Choice is Sharp's. He'll go underneath to start the second. Hunterdon Central 12, Phillipsburg nothing here at 285, or the third of 14. Crespo right hand tight waist. Sharp trying to get up on that left foot. Crespo looking for a cradle behind the left knee. Sharp on his knees. Crespo looking for that cradle. Sharp pops out. He has an escape. It's 1-0 Patrick Sharp. And no work takedowns. Neither one got close in the first.
I don't think either one wants to be underneath. So they're going to work up top, see what they can get.
Crespo, Hunterdon Central Christmas Tournament champ. Bear hug attempt by Sharp that he can't finish. Crespo 5th last year in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren and 4th in District 17. Sharp wrestled for the Stateliners as a freshman, was not part of the program the last 2 years. .45 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Patrick Sharp of Phillipsburg, 1-0 lead.
Sharp was a forfeit winner in the last match against Cranford.
Sharp tries to tie up the right arm, doesn't work now. Reaching behind the head of Crespo and trying to snap him down. 20 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Final 10. It's going to be Crespo's choice in the third. We are through 2. 1-0 Sharp. Crespo's going to go underneath.
The Hunterdon Central gym shorts seem a little unusual.
And Sharp will cut him. Yeah, that's the 2017, 2018 style. Some of the, we haven't seen a lot of it. Just a wrestler or two. Sharp looking for that bear hug. Crespo trying to underhook Sharp's right shoulder. Sharp pops out of that.
Yeah, Crespo had quite the underhook, and that was not a good position for Sharp.
Again, looking inside that right elbow. 30 seconds gone in the third. We have an injury time. I'm not sure if it's blood. Is it blood time for Crespo? Stuart Cohn going over there.
As quickly as he stopped it, it looked like it was blood, because I don't know. Unless he screamed out, I don't know why else he would have stopped it for injury.
So he'll get looked at by the Hunterdon Central staff.
There's
John Cantagallo-Ram in his 4th season as the head coach of the Red Devils, 69-14 overall.
Fair amount of time in the third period here, Mike, but I would not be surprised if this goes overtime. Both will take a takedown if they can get it, but neither one of them wants to do much in the way of risk.
Back to it. Crespo reaches for a leg and gives up on that. Sharp pushing in. Still no advantage here. Their break apart with 1 minute to go in regulation in a 1-1 bout. Sharp looking for a bear hug. Cannot snap down the head of Crespo. 45 seconds to go in regulation. Sharp looking for that bear hug. Inside tie. Crespo looking to work a throw out of that if he can. 30 seconds to go. No stalling warnings at all.
Now they're both moving, they're both pushing into each other.
Sharp looking for a bear hug, tried to jack him up. There's a stalling warning against Crespo. That comes with 17 seconds to go in regulation. Circling. Crespo thought about a throw by. 5 seconds in regulation. So we will go.
We could get him here.
We'll go overtime at 2:85. 1 minute up on the clock.
Sharp was doing enough pushing that I would not have been shocked if there was another stalling call there.
Crespo, 37 career wins. Looking for an inside tie is Sharp. 50 seconds. Now looking for that bear hug again. A lateral drop attempt. Sharp has him on his back. And a missed lateral drop. And Sharp is going to win the decision in overtime. Crespo missed on a lateral drop. Sharp gets the takedown. Wins 3-1 in overtime. We are through 3. Hunterdon Central 12 and Phillipsburg 3.
Wow, as conservative as they both were, it seemed like Crespo decided enough is enough. I want to put an end to this. But he lost his balance, didn't have it.
Crespo last year, Bob, went up at 285 and pinned Phillipsburg's Justin Caraballo. Today he has to go overtime and loses to Patrick Sharp. So we go to 106, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg. Freshman 8-5, and freshman Brett Unger, who is 13-0 and ranked in the state for Hunterdon Central. He's ranked 4th in the state, according to NJ.com. Dives in on Matsko's left leg. Matsko sprawls. Joe Nipper will be the referee for this bout. Unger reaching for the left leg of Matsko. Picks up the leg at the calf, trips. Gets behind Matsko, has a takedown, and Unger leads 2-0. A hazard tilt. Matsko rolls on through. Unger controlling the left arm at the elbow. Matsko to his knees. Unger still controlling that left arm. Trying to work a hazard tilt again, and Matsko can't roll on through. 2 count. 2 count. Stateliner fans seated to our right did not like that quick 2. Here's the Joe Nipper, I think, has indicated now he's got the hazard, and that was only a 2 count again. Same move. There's the 2 back points awarded to Unger, and he leads Matsko 4-0. 15 seconds to go here in the first. Hazard tilt again. Matsko trying to roll on through and did not, again, no 2 count. First period will come to an end. Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central on top of Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko. 4-0. Matsko weighs 105.8. Unger 107.1. With all the snow, there was a 2-pound allowance across the state for matches today.
Unger took down
and was given an escape. 5-0 Unger. Matsko from his knees, reached for the left leg, couldn't get it. Unger with a brace on his right knee. Matsko's left knee padded up. They circle near the edge. Stalemate called by referee Joe Nipper, and we're back to the center in a minute 35 to go in the second.
Matsko coming off that late reversal win in the Cranford bout.
Hunterdon Central leads this match 12-3. We're at 106, or the fourth of 14. And they circle near the edge. Unger tries to post that left hand of Matsko. Tied up under 1 foot, 1 knee. Coming up on the 1 minute mark to wrestle in the second. Unger, a Caldwell tournament champ and a Hunterdon Central Christmas tournament champion. Stalemate's called by Joe Nipper.
Whenever you run the lightweights right like this right after the heavyweight, they seem so much quicker. Can't help the contrast.
I think we have a little blood for Brett Unger, or Matsko, I'm sorry. At Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Bryda. Going to come out and take a look. Logan finishing 7th in the King of the Mountain tournament.
I guess it was for Unger.
Yeah, they're working on Logan Matsko. Phillipsburg assistant coach Brad Gensel coaches a lot of state liner lightweights, talking to him there.
I think they both had blood. Wasn't sure which one it came from.
All right, Joe Nipper says back to it. 45 seconds to go in the second. 5-0 lead for Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central over Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko. Working for hand control as Unger dives in on that left leg and has a takedown and has Matsko on his back as the right arm pulled across the body. Matsko trying to get to his base. Unger still has that, trying to walk across with that right arm pulled all the way across the body. 15 seconds to go in the second. That 5-point play is going to make it 10-0. 10-0 Unger, with the second about to come to an end. Matsko will choose neutral. 10-0 lead, so Brett Unger with the major. Like to get another 5-point play and get himself a technical fall and another bonus point for the Red Devils. They already have 6. Getting falls at 195 from Lucas Bakarian and at 220 from Reese Young. There's a takedown for Unger. Leads 12-0. He's trying to set up a hazard.
He worked that tilt well in the first period. Figured Matsko would want to initiate the takedown attempt, but it didn't work.
There's the hazard tilt. 1 count. 2, 3, 4. And that's 2 back points. It was only a 4 count. He's going to cut Matsko and then try to take him down. Still in control. There's the neutral. It's 14-1. 14-1. Minute 2 to wrestle. So Unger will try to get a takedown to finish this. Dave Post yelling at Matsko to stay up. Sprawling on the Unger takedown attempt at the edge. At the edge, off they go, 42 seconds.
He didn't get deep enough, Matsko did not get deep enough on his prior attempt to be able to grab a leg and hang on.
And Matsko looking over at the state liner coaching staff for instructions. Unger has to be the aggressor here. He needs to take down. There's a stalling warning against Matsko for backing off. They're at the edge with under 30 seconds to go. Off they go. 13-point margin at 14-1. Matsko ready. Now Unger. Diving in on the legs of Matsko. Matsko trying to stay locked through the crotch. 20 seconds to go. Hooks the leg. Hooks the other leg. Matsko still in a trying to hang on. 8 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Takedown awarded, and it's a technical fall. 16-1 for Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central. We are through 4. It's Hunterdon Central 17 and Phillipsburg 3.
Matsko came close to hanging on there and not giving up that takedown at the end, but he was also in danger of getting pinned if he didn't give it up at the right time.
Cullen Day for Phillipsburg, a senior, 10-4. Colton Washleski for Hunterdon Central, a freshman, 11-3. So Hunterdon Central wins 3 of the first 4, and they get bonus points in all 3 wins. Day's in on the right leg behind the knee. Pulls that leg through. Takedown for Day. Leads 2-0. Washleski has Day's left leg at the knee. Trying to slip around behind Day at the edge of the mat. Day with pressure on the head. Day ankle picks, and Day trying to maintain control. He's going to give up 1 as they come off just in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera. On the escape, it's 2-1 Day. 1:10 to wrestle here in the first. He worked for hand and wrist control right in the center of the mat. Stuart Cohn is the referee for this bout. Washleski reached for the left leg of Day, couldn't pull it in. Both wrestlers up on their feet, now they break apart. Day tapping at the head of Washleski. Looking for a front head and arm. Around behind, picks up Washleski and drops him down for a takedown, and Day leads 4-1. Second takedown for the Stateliner senior. Washleski stands. 20 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Day maintaining control. Washleski weighs 114.3, as does Phillipsburg's Cullen Day. Trying to work a tilt. Has the right arm pulled across the body, 3 seconds to go. And his first period's going to end with Cullen Day of Phillipsburg on top, 4-1. Day's choice, he defers. Washleski's going to choose down to start the second.
Both of these guys very mobile in that first period.
Cullen Day winning 6-3 last year over Anthony Romanello. Got too far out in front, and there's an escape for Washleski. 4-2. Day's had the better of it on their feet. He has a pair of takedowns. Washleski has 2 escapes. Day tapping at the head of Washleski. Washleski in on the leg as Day sprawls, comes out of that. At the edge of the mat, right in front of the scorer's table, they're off. At 1:17 to wrestle in the second.
That was close. Washleski reached back and nearly got the right leg of Cullen Day.
Washleski trying to snap down on the head of Day. Day controlling Washleski's left wrist, then he loses it. Day thought about a duck under, and they're off in front of the Hunterdon Central bench with 1:02 to go in the second. Washleski trying to snap down on the head of Day. Wrestlers break apart. 45 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Cohen Day, a defending District 9 champ. Region 2 runner-up this season, finishing 3rd in the King of the Mountains, 6th in the Hurricane. Honorable mention in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com. Day trying to get in on the right leg behind the knee with 20 seconds to go. Washleski trying to step over top of Day. Still no advantage here.
Day needs his hips up.
Still no advantage. Takedown for Washleski. Nope. Stortcone gave a takedown to Washleski, then said no, and the period ends. Waved that off himself.
Yeah, I think that was the right call, Mike. Neither wrestler really had control there, although it looked precarious.
Day's choosing neutral in the 3rd. So 4-2 Day after 2. Stortcone originally signaled takedown, and then just as quickly as he signaled, he waved it off. Day had been in on a leg, and Washleski stepped across him. Off they go in front of the Hunterdon Central bench. Minute 35 to go in the bout.
Washleski had gotten his hips up, and the two of them were kind of teeter-tottering back and forth, but there was no control.
Washleski has to be the aggressor here. Day's in on that right leg again. Picks the leg up. And trying to go to a cradle. Still no advantage. He has lost control of the right leg. Still no advantage. Minute 10 to go in the bout. Washleski trying to peel and then spin around behind Day. Day spinning with him. And then Day able to come out of that. Still no advantage. Just under a minute to go in the bout. And Day will push and take them off at 54 seconds.
This bout's a little closer than the 4-2 would indicate. Day was in on that leg deep and went for the half to try to get a cradle and then had nothing.
Looks to me, though, Bob, that Washleski just wants to counter Day. He doesn't want to shoot himself, and he has to be the aggressor here. Day's in on the right leg again. Hand and a wrist behind the right knee. Quickly a stalemate, pressure on the head by Washleski.
That was interesting because Day seemed content to stay there, and Stortcone said, "No, we're gonna go back."
Washleski now on his feet. Day diving in that right leg again. Trying to pick that leg up. Picks the leg up. And Day has a takedown. Can he take Washleski to his back? Washleski trying to belly down. 6-2, 10 seconds to go in regulation. So 3 takedowns will give Phillipsburg's Cullen Day a 6-2 win at 113. We are through 5. It's Hunterdon Central 17 and Phillipsburg 6.
It was a nice finish by Cullen Day. He had that single leg in deep again and thought about the half and decided to push into Washleski and take him to almost to his back there.
We're going to have a rematch, Bob, here at 120. It's a match from 113 last year that Travis Jones at Phillipsburg won 7-2 over Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer is a junior, 10-2. Jones is a junior, 12-4. Jones had a 5-point play, I think, on a Peterson roll. And then with 2 other back points to beat Bauer 7-2. Bauer had the only takedown in the bout last year. Front head and arm by Bauer. Jones reaching out with his right wrist, and the referee, Joe Nipper, says, got a stalemate. Jones and Bauer. Bauer hopping up and down. Again, looking for that front head and arm on Jones, who comes up to his feet. right in front of the scorer's table. Bauer trying to spin around on Jones. Jones trying to block him off with his right arm. Bauer still spinning. Jones hanging on to the upper arm. Bauer tried to hook the leg. Jones blocked him off. Jones looking for a barrel roll here right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network cameras. Front head and arm now for Bauer.
Jones has to get his head off the mat to do that barrel roll, but he was able to clamp down on the arm and use that to block off Bauer.
Off the mat neutral at 40 seconds to go here in the first. Jones tried to sweep Bauer's left leg, couldn't pull it in. Got some folks standing in the corners here at the Red Devil Fieldhouse. Bauer trying to spin around. Jones spins the other way, and Jones has a takedown.
Nice counter.
Yeah, very rarely will someone out-quick Travis Jones. 15 seconds to wrestle in the second. Bauer stands. Jones trying to pick him up. Will bring him back down to the mat. 5 seconds left after that mat return. And Travis Jones at Phillipsburg will be out in front 2-0 after one. Bauer's choice. He's going to defer. Jones going to go underneath. Let's see if Travis goes to that Peterson roll. Joe Nipper says Jones is ready. Signals for Bauer to come in. Left hand, tight waist, right elbow. Underhooks Jones' right shoulder. Jones trying to block him off, come out and face him. Jones up to his feet, he's out. On the escape, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg leading 3-0 in the second. Bauer trying to get in on a double to take Jones up over top him. And that stopped potentially dangerous by Joe Nipper as Bauer came up to his feet and took Jones completely off the mat. Circle each other to the left. Travis Jones, a defending district champ, 4th in the region last year when he went 27-12. There's a barrel roll by Jones and a takedown. Jones leads 5-0.
He looked more confident on that attempt than anything they did in the first period.
Jones with the right hand reaching inside, reaching across for the right shoulder and tried to pick him up through the crotch and tilt Bauer. Now Jones with a 2-on-1 on the left wrist, loses that.
He's keeping his weight on Bauer.
Riding out the left side. And some of the Stateliner fans want a stalling call. Jones ranked 5th in the Express Times rankings that were out today. Jones maintaining control here with 20 seconds to go in the second, ahead 5-0. Has control with that left foot, left leg. Now comes up the body to maintain control of Bauer. Final 5 seconds to go in the second. Travis Jones of Phillipsburg ahead 5-0 after 2.
Jones was able to ride pretty easily, not turn, but ride.
Bauer's choice in the third. He indicated neutral. Bauer went a little injury time.
Might have been a little indecision on whether it was going to be neutral or down.
Only takedown belongs, or excuse me, 2 takedowns belong to Jones. Most people do not want to get underneath Travis Jones. Hunterdon Central leads this match 17-6. We're at 120, or the 6th of 14. Hunterdon Central opening with falls at 195 and 220. And they got a technical fall at 106. Bauer underhooking Jones' left shoulder. Jones up to his feet, Stalemate called by referee Joe Nipper. Minute 22 to go in the bout.
Jones doesn't seem to mind being in that position underneath of Bauer. He's clamping on that arm, and he thinks he can control him from that position.
Front head and arm by Jones. Bauer pops his head out of that. And Jones doesn't mind working underneath Bauer. Jones reaching for the left leg. Bauer trying to spin around behind. Jones spinning with him. Still no advantage. Jones near a takedown and has a takedown. Jones goes up 7-0. Now does he trying to work a hazard? Trying to turn him to his left. May want to try to turn him the other way. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network microphones, and they're off 38 seconds. Now does he cut him and try to take him down?
Twice Jack Bauer was in a position, as Bauer calls for injury time. Twice Jack Bauer was in a position where it looked like he was going to get a takedown. But Travis Jones countered very well. Very mobile from the bottom, clamping on that arm and just switching positions as he was sweep out to one side or the other until he came back around.
You know, both coaches indicating, you know, as always, really nothing new about how critical bonus points are, but Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central manages to get a technical fall with 5 seconds to go to get an extra bonus point for Hunterdon Central. And now Travis Jones has 38 seconds to try and build from that 7-point advantage over Jack Bauer. 17-6 Hunterdon Central here at 120, or the 6th of 14.
Prior to the blood time, it looked like Dave Post was telling Travis 1, not 2.
Bauer will be underneath. Jones very good with the hazard tilts. Trying to break down Bauer. One is to pick him up and stack him up. 25 seconds to go. Bauer stands. Jones tries to step through, wants to turn him on the edge of the mat. Has the legs split. That stop potentially dangerous.
He was going to come right up through the back.
16 seconds to go. Bauer coming back to the center. He's set. Jones, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Jones wants to pick him up and stack him up. 8 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Jones has the left arm barred. He will run out of time. 7-0 decision for Travis Jones of Phillipsburg. We are through 6. It's Hunterdon Central 17 and Phillipsburg 9.
So through these bouts, the Stateliners have the edge on their feet with 9 takedowns to 5 for Hunterdon Central. Central's got 7 back points to none for Phillipsburg.
126. Luke Harden of the Stateliners. Anthony Romanello of Hunterdon Central. He's a sophomore, 10-2. Luke Harden is a junior, 1-3. Harden trying to get in on, trying to lock his hands behind the left thigh of Romanello, who's trying to pick up on the far ankle of Harden. Harden trying to pick those legs up over top. Has one leg hooked. Still no advantage here. Still no advantage, and Romanello comes out of that scramble with the takedown and leads 2-0. Romanello, right hand tight waist. Harden trying to stand. Stands. Romanello brings him back down. Injury time. Luke Harden holding his left shoulder. It's Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Bryda and head coach Dave Post coming out there to take a look at him.
That's the one he's had the black tape on for several matches.
If you just joined us, began at 195, Lucas Bakarian of Hunterdon Central, a fall in 5:08 over Shamir Broders, Broders had just taken a 4-2 lead with a takedown. Reese Young of the Red Devils got a fall at 220. Patrick Sharp of Phillipsburg won a 3-1 decision in overtime at 285. Brett Unger, technical fall, 16-1 in 5:55 over Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko at 106. Cullen Day of Phillipsburg won a 6-2 decision at 113. Travis Jones of Phillipsburg a 7-0 decision at 120. Trying to work a lever. Harden trying to get to his knees. 40 seconds to go here in the first.
There was a lever on the disfavored shoulder of Luke Harden.
And he was in some discomfort. Harden stands. Arches his back. Now in a sitting position, trying to sit in. Romanello maintains control.
It was close to getting a switch there.
20 seconds to go. Harden trying to his knees. He's in some discomfort with that shoulder. Romanello, strong right hand tight waist around the left side of Harden. 5 seconds to go here in the first. And Romanello will lead 2-0 after one. Romanello weighs 127.3. Harden weighs 127.5.
Romanello taken down to start period number 2.
Harden, right hand tight waist. Romanello stands, he's out in 3 seconds. Romanello leading Harden 3-0, working takedowns. Harden trying to post the right hand, the right wrist of Romanello. Romanello tries to shrug him. Now he's in on Harden's right leg. Harden trying to sprawl. Romanello has Harden in a sitting position. Now trying to stack up Harden. There's still no advantage here. There's the takedown and some back points. Harden trying to keep that left shoulder up off the mat. Harden bellies down. That is a 5-point play for Romanello. He leads 8-0, has the leg split. Head in the side, in the left side of Harden. Trying to stack him up, it's stopped. Potentially dangerous by referee Stuart Cohn.
Yeah, the score is 8-zip, but this is not going Luke Harden's way. He's really not having much opportunity to do much, and he's suffering from some of the moves that Romanello is applying.
There's a caution. I believe that's on Harden.
Based on where he's set up, yes, on the hash lines.
Romanello looking for a cradle. Harden stands. Brought back down by Romanello. Romanello with a right hand tight waist. Stalling warning on Harden. Harden to his knees. Romanello, and it's injury time for that left shoulder.
Yeah, Romanello put his head into that shoulder again, and Harden reacted right away.
This is going to give Romanello his choice, as it's the second injury time for Luke Harden. 17-9, Hunterdon Central leading Phillipsburg here at 126. This is the halfway point, the 7th of 14. Dwayne Breida. And Harden's going to give it a go. So the choice, Romanello will take down on the injury time. Romanello stands. Harden picks him up, drops him back down. Romanello stands again. Harden trying to pick him up. He will cut him. On the escape, 9-0. Working takedowns as the second period comes to an end. 9-0 Romanello after 2. Romanello's choice. Looking over to the bench. He's going to take... Hold on, it's Phillipsburg's choice.
Never mind.
Neutral. Yes, I did have Romanello taking down to start the second. So 9-0 for the Red Devil sophomore over the Stateliner junior.
That's probably why the Hunterdon Central bench wasn't paying that much attention at that point, because they didn't think they had a choice to make.
Harden diving in, locking his hands behind the left thigh of Romanello. Trying to pick Romanello up over top. Romanello around the midsection of Harden, reaching for the left ankle. Still no advantage here. Harden can't pick up that leg. Romanello trying to take Harden off his base as he locks around the right thigh of Harden. Harden trying to hook the leg of Romanello, and Romanello steps through. He's got Harden on his back. A lot of time driving that right shoulder as he hooked that leg. Harden able to belly down. That's a 5-point play. That'll be 14-0. Trying to throw the legs in and turn him again. 2 count. That'll be it. That'll be a technical fall for Romanello. Turns him over to his back. He might get the fall. 44 seconds to go. Trying to work the fall. Get the extra. Finally got it. .523 for Anthony Romanello. We are halfway through. It is Hunterdon Central 23 and Phillipsburg 9.
Harden was having a hard time in that bout, and then in that end, he had the Romanello had the bar in and was just applying his weight. There was a lot of time on the bout, and Harden's shoulder had already been banged up several times.
So Hunterdon Central has 4 wins. They have 3 falls and a technical fall, and they're going to be a big favorite here. Thomas Abode, a junior, 0-1. And this will be Hunter Graff. Did he say Grant Block? Grant Block this is for Hunterdon Central. So they will kick up Graff, and I think that's because of the score. They don't want to give up bonus. So Grant Block out at 132 for Hunterdon Central. Block weighed in at 131.4. Block is a sophomore, 2-3 on the season. Thomas Abode, 0-1 for the Stateliners. So a couple of unheralded wrestlers here at 132. Abode trying to get on the right leg and then go to a standing cradle. Still no advantage. Block spinning with Abode, spinning. Tries to shrug him the other way, still no advantage. Wrestled a minute here at 132. Abode reaches for the right leg behind the knee, can't pull it in, and they're off the mat neutral. Block last year wrestled 106, lost to Cullen Day 6-3. So now up at 132. Weighed 131.4. Abode weighed 133.5. No advantage here. We've wrestled a minute and a half. Abode looking for a bear hug. Locks his hands behind the back of Block. Loses that.
Never had leverage to suck it in.
15 seconds to go here in the first. Joe Nipper is the referee for this bout. First period ends scoreless at 132. So Hunter Graff will move up to 138 for Hunterdon Central.
Block deferred, and they go neutral.
Either one really close to a takedown in the first.
Working up top.
Block dives in now on a double. A bout in a sitting position and gives up the takedown. Block out in front, 2-0. A Peterson roll by a bout, and or an arm tie up here by Block. We have injury time or blood time for Hunterdon Central? Might be blood time.
I think blood. Boat needed to kind of sit through from that position with that Peterson.
Dave Post talking with instructions to a boat. Dave in his 8th season, 116 wins, 18 defeats, 2-time Express Times Coach of the Year. Assisted by Scott Silvas, Brad Gensel, and Brian Kopesky. Gonna wipe off some blood from the mat.
So with that double by Block, the two teams are now knotted at 9 takedowns apiece.
Okay, Block is ready.
It's a relatively quiet crowd.
Yeah, you hear the, a buzz here and there, but you're right.
For as many folks as here and as close as they are to our broadcast location, you really don't hear them.
Trying to work Block, tried to hit a throw on a boat. He does, he's got him on his back. Looking in is Joe Nipper on that right shoulder. A boat trying to bridge his way off here. And the fall. .304. Hunterdon Central leading Phillipsburg 29-9. 4 falls and a technical fall.
That almost came out of nowhere as Block came out front, but he locked it up pretty quickly and was able to throw his weight advantage. Once he got a boat turned over, there really wasn't much he could do.
This will be Kyle Tino for Phillipsburg. Hunter Graff, he weighed 133.1. Tino weighed 138.4. Graff is a district champ, region runner-up, 118 career wins. He's behind Tino and they come off the mat, no advantage. Stuart Cohn is the referee for this bout. So the State Liners have surrendered 29 points in the first 8 bouts as Graff is in on Tino's left leg and has a takedown. Graff leads 2-0. So Hunterdon Central with the advantage on the scoreboard, put Block out there and got themselves a fall at 132 and then able to move Graff up. And if Graff can beat Tino, they would be 9 points to the good on those 2 moves. Graff has the right leg of Tino trapped. Trying to bar the left arm. Stuart Cohn, the referee for this bout.
Graff tried to power half a couple times, but Tino shook the leg free.
35 seconds to go here in the first. Still has that arm bar, and off they go across the way. Hunterdon Central has not beaten Phillipsburg since 2013. They beat the Stateliners twice in 2012, 2013. The last was in the North 2 Group 4 final, beating Phillipsburg 30-29. Phillipsburg leads the series, 39 wins to 7 for the Red Devils. And there was a draw. Tino sits. Graf maintaining control right in front of our StatelinerSports.com camera. Tino spinning almost came out, but they're off with 12 seconds to go.
Tino was out sick the last match, excuse me.
He's set. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Graf riding out the right side. Tino sits. First period ends 2-0 Graf. Kyle Tino, district runner-up a year ago. 8th place finish this year's Hurricane Tournament. He was 8th in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren last year. Has 33 career wins.
Tino chose down here for period 2.
Tries stands. Graf trying to underhook Tino's right shoulder. Off they go. Back to the center, 9 seconds into the second.
That was interesting because he sat well a couple times in the first period. He went to the stand here and almost threw a standing switch near the edge of the mat. I think he'll run the stand again because he got up pretty quickly. And then he doesn't.
Tino stands. He's out. On the escape, it's 2-1. Tino reached for the left leg, couldn't pull it in. Circling here at the edge. Front head and arm by Graf. Tries a concrete special, and Tino rolled on through that off the mat in a minute 11.
It's always dramatic.
2-1 lead for Hunter Graf of Hunterdon Central here at 138. Tino getting in on the left leg. Trying to pick that leg up, hooks that leg. Graf trying to crawl away from him and manages to scramble away, no advantage. Tino diving in again, this time on the trying to switch to a double. Hooks the leg, still no advantage. There's the takedown for Tino. Stateliner Jr. ahead 3-2.
Got his head on the far side of his back and used that as a lever to pull his way around.
If the Stateliners are going to get back in this one, Bob, they certainly can use this bout here. Because Hunter Graf, a favorite where he goes out.
Tino's conceding nothing, just in his attitude and his demeanor. He thinks he's got a real shot, and he's out to prove something here.
Trying to get to his feet is Graf. Tino with an inside trip. 3 seconds, 2-1. Tino's going to ride out the second, ahead 3-2.
Graf choosing down for third period.
Graf getting set. Stands on the whistle. Tino brings him back down. Hunterdon Central leads this match 29-9. We're at 138, or the 9th of 14. The Red Devils have 4 falls and a technical fall. Stateliners so far, just decisions. Coming back to the center. And Tino is going to cut him. So we will be 3-3. Three here in the third. Headlock by Tino. Still no advantage. Rolling on through is Graf. Graf has the takedown. Graf gets the takedown, countered that headlock, and he leads 5-3. Tino sits, now stands. Graf picks him up, drops him down to his knees. Tino trying to roll on through and turn in. Graf is still in control here. Got a 1 count. Tino reaching back for the head. At the edge, they'll get a fresh start. 58 seconds to go. 5-3 lead for Hunter Graf of Hunterdon Central.
A lot of action there in 20 seconds or so. The shot was Graf's, the counter was Tino's with the headlock, but then Graf rolled through to get his own takedown.
Tries to underhook Tino's right shoulder. Tino trying to hook a leg and step across him. Tino sits. Tries to pick off that underhook. Tino stands. They are off the mat with Graf still in control and 41 seconds to wrestle. Tino crawling back to the center.
Graf is quick in his counters, and some of his moves, it's almost like he's baiting Tino to do something.
There's a caution on Graf. First caution in the bout. Graf's ready. Tino tries to pick off that right hand, arches his back, out to face him. He's got an escape. Tino's looking for a bear hug. Tino trying to get in on the leg. They're off 29 seconds to go in regulation. It's 5-4 Graf. Stateliners desperately need a takedown here. There's a caution on Graf. That's his second. Tino's ready. Now Graf, set. Tino trying to reach for the right leg. Trying to come out of that type, reaches for a leg again. Underhooks Graf's right shoulder. 10 seconds to go in the bout. Tino with a headlock. Graf might slip that. Tino stepping across with the headlock. 2 seconds run, and Graf gets the takedown. And Graf wins the bout. 7-4 for the Red Devils here at 138. So we are through 9. It's Hunterdon Central 32 and Phillipsburg 9. So 5 bouts to go.
That was probably the most exciting bout of the night, and I give Kyle Tino credit. He did lose that bout 7-4, but he was going for it. He threw the headlock at the end as somewhat of a desperation move to see if he could catch Graf. But Graf proved too elusive.
Can Phillipsburg find the bonus points in these final 5 bouts, trailing by 23? Cody Harrison for the Stateliners at 145. Junior 12-2, and Vince Romanello, a junior 10-3 for the Red Devils. Romanello, no. Oh, this is Vizzoni, okay. Hunterdon Central moving up Pasquale Vizzoni to face Harrison. So they both weighed in at 138. So they will move up Romanello against Zinsmeister. Diving in is Harrison. Vizzoni sprawls. Vizzoni's a junior 4-0. Harrison a junior 12-2. A throw attempt by Vizzoni to get a takedown. And they go off the mat to our left. Vizzoni on top, 2-0. Kind of a lateral drop by Vizzoni. Harrison getting set, hands and knees. Joe Nipper is the referee for this bout. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Harrison stands right away. Harrison is out. 2-1. Working takedowns. Again, Vizzoni with the only takedown in the bout. We've got 30 seconds to go in the first. Harrison reaches for an ankle, can't get it as they go off to our right. Now you mentioned about the buzz in the crowd, Bob. I think the Stateliner fans stunned that they gave up 4 falls and a tech to fall behind as much as they did.
Yeah, and some of those came fairly quickly.
Hunterdon Central has won 6 bouts. And they are definitely going to have the advantage in falls. So if the Stateliners don't manage to win out, any criteria most likely would be going to Hunterdon Central if we would end up tied in the scoreboard. Adjusting the headgear of Phillipsburg's Cody Harrison. Harrison's ready. We've got 23 seconds to go here in the first. He trails 2-1. Harrison's in on the left leg trying to get to a doubles. Near a takedown, has a takedown with 12 seconds to go in the first. Cody Harrison, the 2-time district champ. He's ahead 3-2 after 1. Cody 3rd in the region last year and finished 8th in the state. This year, runner-up in the King of the Mountain tournament, 3rd in the Bethlehem Holiday tournament, and ranked 3rd in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com. Harrison underneath to start the second. Stands. And Vizzoni will take him off to our right, just 8 seconds in.
Harrison did well to get that late takedown in the first period. In deep on the single and then switched very effectively to the double.
Caution on Vizzoni.
Second delay for the clock adjustment.
Now we're set. Harrison stands. Vizzoni brings him back down. Off they go to our right. Minute 43 to go in the second.
Cody had cleared his hips from a standing position and then thought about, I don't just want 1, I want 2.
Vizzoni hooks the near leg as he breaks down Harrison. Harrison gets to his knees, trying to come to a stand. Harrison tries to stand at the edge of the mat. A whizzer put in by Vizzoni, and they'll go back with Vizzoni still in control. Minute 27 to wrestle in the second.
Yeah, Cody was close to coming out there.
Hunterdon Central leads the match 32-9. We're at 145, or the 10th of 14. Harrison stands. Reaches back for a whizzer. Has the neutral. Harrison leads 4-2. And again, they go off the mat to our right. Vizzoni backs up a couple of steps, hops up and down. Harrison, I think, sneaks a look at the clock. Got a minute to go in the second.
They're both wrestling from a distance here, Mike.
Scoreboards are above the stands on both sides. .40 seconds to go here in the second. Harrison on top, 4-2. He has a takedown and a pair of escapes. Vizzoni has a takedown. Vizzoni had been out. Coach Katagallo Ram telling me that he had knee surgery on a meniscus. 10 seconds to go here in the second.
Assume that would be the left one where he's sporting a rather large knee pad.
We are through 2. He had arthroscopic meniscus surgery. Through 2. 4-2 Harrison. Vizzoni underneath in the third. Harrison tried to check him back. Vizzoni comes out on the escape. It's 4-3.
We'll see here from their feet, because for the better part of a minute in the second period, neither one of them really came close to not only getting a takedown, but attempting a shot.
Yeah, you're right. They have kept their distance. Vizzoni kind of slaps at the head of Harrison, and then with a half-hearted attempt at Harrison's left leg. 40 seconds gone in the third, with Harrison leading 4-3. This ends in a regular decision. Stateliners would be down 20 with 4 bouts to go.
You wonder if that was in Pizzoni's instructions here. Getting late. Don't try anything cute. Keep your distance. Because he's down, Mike, but he's not trying to go for a takedown.
45 seconds to go in the bout. Harrison has not really been the aggressor either.
No, they're both swatting, weaving, circling.
Vizzoni trying to snap down Harrison at the edge of the mat, just in front of us, and they're off at 24 seconds. That was half a fake shot by Harrison. Hunterdon Central crowd trying to exhort Vizzoni. Harrison shoots in. Vizzoni tries to throw him on by with 13 seconds to go in this one. Down to 10. Vizzoni with half a shot. Harrison sprawling, fends him off. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg will win a 4-3 decision at 1:45. We are through 10. It's Hunterdon Central 32 and Phillipsburg 12. Stateliners have 4 regular decisions in the first 10 bouts.
That match was essentially decided in the first period on the escape and takedown from Harrison, because there wasn't much scoring to be had there, and not a lot of takedown attempts.
Zinsmeister and Vince Romanello. So Romanello weighed in at 145. He is behind Zinsmeister and has a takedown. Romanello on top, 2-0.
Romanello beat Kyle Tino a year ago, a 6-2 decision.
Romanello weighs 144.7. Zinsmeister 149.7. Zinsmeister is out on the escape, 2-1. Referee for this bout is Stuart Cohn. Red Devils have 4 falls, a technical fall, and a regular decision. Phillipsburg with 4 decisions. Can't tell you the last time, Bob, that Phillipsburg through 10 bouts had 12 points.
It's the ones that they won. I mean, we're still competitive, but they're not close to back points.
.40 to go here in the first. 2-1 lead for Vince Romanello of Hunterdon Central over Phillipsburg's Jason Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister looking for a bear hug. Snaps down Romanello, and off the mat they go neutral at 24 seconds. Right in the center of the Hunterdon Central mat. And Stuart Cohn going to talk to the two of them about maybe not swinging as wide as they go for that to tie up. Looking for a power shrug was Romanello. Zinsmeister sprawls and the first period ends 2-1 Romanello. Romanello can ice this for the Red Devils if he gets a win. Zinsmeister down to start the second. Any Red Devil win in the Final Four would ice it. Romanello riding out the right side. Zinsmeister sits back to his knees. Wants to hook Zinsmeister's right leg. Weight high on the back of Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister sits, trying to get hand control. Reaches back for the head, he's out. Zinsmeister on the escape, and the bout is tied at 2. Working takedowns here with 1:10 to go in the second. Zinsmeister tried to shrug him on by. Off they go, and with 1:02 to wrestle in the second. Good crowd on hand tonight at the Hunterdon Central Fieldhouse in Raritan Township. These two teams will see each other again on Saturday in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren, and we will have the semifinals and the finals for you on the Stateliner Sports Network. Zinsmeister tried to toss him to his back here right in front of us, and they're off at 40 seconds.
Yeah, had an under and an over, and he was looking to go.
Duck under by Romanello. Zinsmeister trying to set up a throw. Romanello comes out of that. Romanello may be near a takedown here. He's got a leg. Zinsmeister draped over top. 20 seconds to go. Still no advantage. Zinsmeister trying to free that left leg. Hang on through to the far ankle of Romanello. Get a leg in. Romanello twists back the other way. Zinsmeister tosses Romanello. Still no advantage here. Zinsmeister has his legs in, gets the takedown with a second to go. Zinsmeister leads it 4-2 after 2.
The Hunterdon Central wrestlers have been impressive tonight in the way that they counter and turn and adjust.
Romanello underneath in the third. Zinsmeister with a 4-2 lead. Zinsmeister trying to set up a power half. Has a left leg in, weight draped over the top of Romanello. Now going to ride out the right side, hooking that right leg with his left. Trying to pick up on the far ankle and flatten out Romanello, and But he's going to reach for a cradle. Gives up on that. Zinsmeister. There's a Peterson by Romanello, but maintaining control. Zinsmeister has those legs in. It's up a little high. Trying to flatten him out. Romanello trying to pick up and take Zinsmeister over top. There's a roll. Zinsmeister stays right with him. Zinsmeister is very content to roll around with people on the mat. Romanello trying to reverse Zinsmeister, and does with 45 seconds to go to tie the bout. And I think just as comfortable as Zinsmeister on the mat is Romanello.
Yeah, these guys will roll all night if you let them.
4-4 on the reversal. 37 seconds to go in regulation. Zinsmeister is underneath.
I want to watch that again to see exactly how Romanello came out the back, but he did.
Controls the right wrist of Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister sits, reaches back for the head. Back to his knees. 25 seconds in regulation. Zinsmeister sits again. Trying to pull off that claw. There's a cradle attempt by Romanello. Zinsmeister trying to get hand control and roll with Romanello. Romanello to that claw again. 8 seconds to go. Zinsmeister reached back for the head, got checked back. He'll give up some back points. Hunterdon Central is going to win the match. That is a 4-point play as Romanello checked back Jason Zinsmeister into a 4-point play, or correction, into 2 back points, I'm sorry, and wins it 6-4 at 152. We are through 11. It is Hunterdon Central 35 and Phillipsburg 12. The Red Devils have clinched it with 4 falls, a technical fall, and 2 regular decisions. Hunterdon Central has to be out first at 160. Waiting for an announcement is Dave Post. I believe it's Cerisi. For Phillipsburg, it's going to be Brian Meyer. Yeah, this is going to be Kevin Cerisa, I think, for Hunterdon Central. We'll wait for the announcement. Cerisa is a senior 11-3. Meyer's a senior 10-2. So Dave Post was hoping that he could control these last 3 matches, and he is, but I don't think anyone in the gym thought that none of it would matter.
No.
Meyer, the 3rd place finisher in the state a year ago, is in on a left leg. Hooks the leg. Still no advantage here. Cerisa's locked through the crotch of Meyer. There's the takedown for Meyer. He's ahead 2-0.
Bonus points early proved differential for Hunterdon Central.
Mike Weileman thought this one was going to be a low-scoring affair. And he's sitting right next to me, and I'm not trying to give him a hard time. But he had Hunterdon Central with 22 points. And I'll tell you, Mike doesn't miss by 13 points very much. I'll tell you that. It's 35-12. Hunterdon Central has it clinched here. We're at 160. Meyer riding Cerisa. Joe Nipper is the referee for this bout. Meyer flattens him out. Stateliners' hopes of going through New Jersey undefeated, spoiled again. Last year it was Cranford. And right now here on January 10th, Hunterdon Central has done it. Meyer with 20 seconds to go here and in control in the first. Cerisa weighed 161. Meyer 156.4. Meyer will ride out the first period ahead 2-0. Choice is going to be Cerisa. He will defer. Meyer will be underneath to start the second. So this is going to snap Phillipsburg's 5 straight streak over the Red Devils. Meyer stands and it come off the mat. Cerisa riding him hard with a half Nelson from the right side. Meyer gets set. 10 seconds into the second. Left hand tight waist, right elbow. Cerisa got up a little high. Meyer's trying to come out the side door. Comes out the back door and gets a reversal. Meyer's ahead 4-0. Meyer trying to flattens him out. Cerisa trying to fight to his knees as Meyer controls that left arm. And trying to pick him up through the crotch. It is stopped by referee Joe Nipper at 1:07 to go in the second.
Cerisa's a little taller, was not doing a whole lot there on the bottom.
Brian Meyer, 102-34 in his career. His 2 losses this year to a defending AA state champ in Pennsylvania and a defending AAA state champ in Sammy Sasso of Nazareth. That's going to be a caution. Cerisa set. Meyer right hand tight waist, left elbow. Brian with 20 wins as a freshman, 33 as a sophomore, 39 last season. He's a 3-time district champ. He's controlling that left arm very effectively on Kevin Cerisa. 25 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Stalemate's called by referee Joe Nipper. Meyer ahead 4-0. First period takedown, second period reversal.
After the last break of the action, Cerisa tried to stand up and came close, but that's really been his only motion from the bottom.
Tries to stand again. Meyer picked that left ankle. Meyer gets him to his knees. And hooks his left leg with Meyer's right. 5 seconds to go. Brian Meyer going to ride out the second. Ahead 4-0. This will be Cerisa's choice in the third. He will go neutral. Meyer tries to snap down on the head of Cerisa. Works a knee tap and spins around to his left. Meyer has a takedown, leads it 6-0.
It may have been Cerisa's choice, but Meyer seemed very comfortable with it, and it didn't take him long to get the takedown.
Brian Meyer's very good on his feet and does not get taken down much. Trying to work a lever, gives up on that. Meyer maintaining control out the right side. Picking up on that near ankle. There's a stalling warning against Sarisa. Rather derisive cheer from the Phillipsburg fans to our right, and they go off the mat. This one started bad for the Stateliners tonight at 195 in the third period. Shamir Broaders had gotten a takedown to go up 4-2, and then seconds later was pinned by Lucas Bakarian. Hunterdon Central led 12-0. They led 17-3. Stretched the lead eventually to 29 and 32-9, and they lead it now 35-12 with under a minute to go here at 160, or the 12th of 14.
And Myers not come close to turning Sarisa. Nor does Sarisa come close to getting out, other than the two stand attempts near the edge.
Probably feels like he's got Myers' left hand stamped on his left wrist. Off they go in front of the Hunterdon Central bench at 31 seconds. I mean, this has been a workmanlike 6-0 lead for Meyer.
He's firmly in control, but is not able to turn him.
Sarisa was second in District 17 last year. He's a Caldwell runner-up and a Hunterdon Central runner-up for 2 of his 3 losses, and finished third in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren last year.
Myers got 2-on-1 trying to pull a bar back.
Ryan Meyer is going to ride it out. He'll win a 6-0 decision over Kevin Sarisa at 160. We are through 12. Hunterdon Central 35, and Phillipsburg 15.
So another decision for the Stateliners, 5, but no bonus points to be had.
This is going to be Lance Wissing for Phillipsburg at 170. They will forfeit to him. Wissing gets a forfeit win. That makes it 35-21. And Dan Fermato will go up to 182 for Hunterdon Central. And for Phillipsburg, it will be Austin Roth. Roth is a junior, 5-3. Fermato is a junior, 12-2. Fermato weighs 169.3. Roth weighs 176.9. Fermato a junior, 12-2. Roth a junior, 5-3. Roth trying to spin around behind on Fermato, and Fermato in on a double on Roth and drags his toes to get a takedown to go up 2-0. Dave Post did not like that call at all. So Fermato leading 2-0.
Roth coming off a pin in the Cranford match.
Roth tries to sit out, turn in, and reverse he does. Roth ties the bout at 2. Right hand tight waist, reaching inside for the left wrist. Pressure on the head and the neck of Fermato, keeping his weight high on Fermato's back. Stu Cohn, the referee, right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network cameras. Off the mat they go right in front of us at 54 seconds to go in the first.
Roth was trying to pull Fermato's arm back and get him into a bar, but he ran out of room.
Fermato looking for a little blood. Stu Cohn said he didn't see any, so we're going to
insufficient volume.
Roth, left hand tight waist. Fermato trying to stand. Stands. Tries to pull those hands apart. Roth with the mat return. Fermato stands again. Roth arches his, Fermato arches his back, and they're off the mat at 36 seconds to go in the first. 2-2, Phillipsburg's Austin Roth and Dan Fermato of Hunterdon Central. Fermato, a District 17 third place finisher a year ago. He's got 36 career wins for the Red Devils. He stands, again trying to pull those hands apart. Roth trying to spin right with him, stays with him. At the edge of the mat, they will go off with Roth still in control and 15 seconds to go in the first. Fermato is set. Now Roth. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Roth controlling that near wrist. Trying to drive a half on the right side, and they're running a time. We're 2-2 after one.
Despite the match's result already being known, most folks are still here.
Fermato going to choose underneath to start the second. And this was supposed to start at 6:30. Ended up after 7 because of the JV match, which was won by Hunterdon Central 33-25. Fermato stands. Roth picks him up and returns him to the mat. Again, controlling that left wrist. Roth trying to drive a reverse half, gives up on it. Fermato stands again, tearing at those hands, and he's out. Fermato has an escape and leads Phillipsburg's Austin Roth 3-2 in the second. To work takedowns, he dives in, Roth sprawls, and they're off at 1:25. Roth looks a little winded.
Dave Post urging Roth to make his own shot.
And he looks a little winded, and we're just halfway through. Fermato dives in, Roth sprawls. They'll push him off almost into the Hunterdon Central cheerleaders at 1:16. Roth diving right in on a double. Roth with Dave Post's instructions to push that left foot down and step on it. Trying to turn in. Fermato has Roth's right foot. Still no advantage here as they're all twisted up, and it's stalemate's called by referee Stu Cohn. 48 seconds to go in the second.
Roth had leverage, but once he fell to his side, stalemate was about as best as he was going to do there.
Roth is tying the right shoelace, and I think they're saying that he untied that shoelace, the Hunterdon Central fans to our left. It's dark over here. We don't have a very good view. He's got, dark wrestling sneakers on. And I'm not sure if that shoe was untied, but he got a blow of, I don't know, 10 to 15 seconds or so while he tied it. And I tell you, he looks tired. They're off the mat, 34 seconds to go in the second. You can tell by the way he walks back to the center.
Yeah, his best shot has been the initial lunge where he got in deep on the ankle.
Stu Cohn stopped it. I don't know why, but we're back to the action. Roth looking at Russian tie in the right arm. Circle at the edge. Fermato dives in, Roth sprawls. They're off at 8 seconds to go in the second.
I think Roth tied the arm because he doesn't like the shots Fermato's been taking. He's getting in too deep on Roth for Roth's comfort.
Final 5 seconds. We are through 2. Fermato on top, 3-2. Roth underneath in the third. Phillipsburg is back in action tomorrow. They will be at Kittatinny. They're going to give Roth the escape. So we go 3-3 in the third. Circling each other to the left. Fermato dives in, Roth sprawls. Roth trying to cross face him. Fermato trying to pick up Roth at the edge. Will not finish. They're off 17 seconds into the third.
Roth is countering Fermato. He has not initiated other than the initial lunge.
They tie up in the center. Again, Roth looking for an inside trip. Now Fermato in on Roth's left leg. Roth sprawls. Fermato trying to pick that leg up. Stalemate's called at 1:24 to go in the bout. Hunterdon Central has this one. We're in the last bout of the night. It's 35-21 Red Devils. Dan Fermato of Hunterdon Central. Austin Roth of Phillipsburg. Fermato has a takedown and an escape. Roth has a reversal and an escape.
Roth wants to counter, but I don't think he wants this to go overtime either.
1 minute to go in the bout. Boy, had it come down to this, I think this place had been going crazy. Roth dives in on a double. Fermato trying to come around the side on Roth. Roth cross faces him. Trying to come around to Fermato's right. Still no advantage here. They go off neutral at 42 seconds. Roth again slow to get up. Adjust his right pad very low on his knee. And he's going to tie his left shoelace. Now that was loose. Stu Cohn coming over to talk to the Hunterdon Central coaches. Roth adjusts the pad in the right knee. That was definitely below the top of the knee. So he's set. 42 seconds to go in regulation, tied at 3. Roth trying to get in on a double. Fermato trying to take him off his base. No advantage here. He's flattened out Roth. Can he spin around behind him? Roth flattened out. He may have Fermato's right leg. Roth up to his knees. 15 seconds in regulation. Still no advantage. Roth trying to come out the back door and stack up Fermato. It stopped, potentially dangerous. Wait as Roth was about to finish the takedown with 8 seconds to go in regulation. And again, had this been close, I think the Phillipsburg fans would have gone crazy on that one.
Yeah, Dave Post was pretty excited because it did look like Roth had the takedown there.
Fermato shoots in on Roth's left leg. Roth sprawls. This one will go overtime, tied at 3. Overtime, tied at 3.
Roth showed more initiative in that third period than he did in the balance of the bout.
Dives right in on the double. He's flattened out. Hand and a wrist locked behind, hands locked behind Fermato's left knee, but he's flat on the mat. Can he come up to his knees? 15 seconds into the 1 minute overtime. Fermato trying to spin around behind to Roth's right. Roth trying to block him off with his right arm. Roth up to his knees. Takes the right leg. Still no advantage here. Roth has to watch his own back. Still no advantage. Roth trying to sit back in. Still no advantage here. Roth has Fermato's right leg. Takedown for Fermato. In 43 seconds, Fermato wins 5-3 in overtime. The final is Hunterdon Central 38 and Phillipsburg 21. The Red Devils with 4 falls, a technical fall, and 3 regular decisions. Phillipsburg got a fall.
Forfeit.
I'm sorry, you're right. A forfeit to Lance Wissing and 5 regular decisions. So Hunterdon Central snaps a 5-match losing streak to the Stateliners and get their 8th win in the series compared to 39 for the Stateliners. We began the match at 195. Shamir Broders of Phillipsburg and Lucas Picarian of Hunterdon Central. And Broders had just taken a 4-2 lead in the third when he got reversed and pinned in 5:08, giving the Red Devils a 6-0 lead. 2:20, Reese Young, who weighed in at 195, went up and pinned Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz in 1:10. That made it 12-0, Hunterdon Central. 2:85, Patrick Sharp of the Stateliners got an overtime takedown and a 3-1 win over Angelo Crespo of Hunterdon Central. That made it 12-3 Red Devils. 106, Brett Unger had amassed a 14-0 lead and gave up an escape. Got a takedown with 5 seconds to go to get a technical fall over Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko. Unger going to 14-0 on the season. Hunterdon Central led 17-3 after 4. 113, Cullen Day of the Stateliners, a 6-2 decision over Colton Washleski. 120, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, a 7-0 decision over Hunterdon Central's Jack Bauer. So we're through 6, it was 17-9. And then Anthony Romanello of the Red Devils got a fall. He was leading 9-0 at the time, a fall in 5:23 over Phillipsburg's Luke Harden. That made it 23-9, Hunterdon Central midway through. 132, Grant Block let Thomas Abode up in the second, and it just kind of went in and tossed him right to his back to get a fall in 3:04. They made it 29-9 Red Devils after 8. 138, Hunter Graff of Hunterdon Central, a 7-4 decision over Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino. After 9, it was 32-9. 145, Cody Harrison won a 4-3 decision for the Stateliners over Pasquale Vizzoni. That made it 32-12. And then at 152, Norman Cella got back points as he checked back Phillipsburg's Jason Zinsmeister in the final 10 seconds to win a 6-4 decision. And that clinched the match for the Red Devils 35-12 after 11. 160, Phillipsburg's Brian Meyer won a 6-0 regular decision over Kevin Sarisa. Made it 35-15. 170, the Red Devils forfeited to Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing, making it 35-21. And then at 182 in overtime, Dan Fermato of Hunterdon Central with a 5-3 win over Phillipsburg's Austin Roth, 38-21. The final tonight for the Red Devils, who will go to 10-0 on the season, and no doubt improve their ranking on NJ.com, where they came in at 9th, and the New Jersey Wrestling Writers Association, where they came in ranked at number 8, both behind the Stateliners. 4 falls, a technical fall, 3 regular decisions, a fall, 4 regular decisions for the Stateliners. And you know, the bonus points said they weren't in doubt. I mean, Hunterdon Central took command of those bouts.
They did. The bouts that Phillipsburg was able to win they were not able to get much in the way of no additional points. So they were all narrow victories. And Hunterdon Central looks very impressive tonight.
Our Phillipsburg and Hunterdon Central Wrestling broadcast tonight is brought to you by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit rothmaninstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg, and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PBurgHS Wrestling. That's PBurgHS, WRESTLIN. So the Stateliners will fall to 4-1 on the season. Since 1979-80, they're now 481, 63-1 against New Jersey competition. An all-time Phillipsburg 944. 261-7. But the Red Devils get the best of them tonight. Their 8th win in the series against 39 for the Stateliners and 1 draw. Our thanks to our supervising broadcast technician, Jared Marchicelli, tonight. For Bob Kerp on StatelinerSports.com, the Stateliner Sports Network, I'm Mike Moore. Have yourself a great night.